The energy of this message circulates around 96%. I kept having tech issues where things would kind of stop at 96%, or I would check my phone battery, it was at 96%. And then for anybody who watches Severance, we just had the finale, but there's a huge part where his file that he's working on is at 96% for a while. So there's something here about like you're so close. You're so close, you can probably sense it, you can feel it, but trying to unlock that last 4% maybe is causing a little bit of impatience, a little bit of frustration, because again, it's like I can feel it, I can almost taste it, but it's just not here yet. So trying to unlock that last 4% or try to provide you some support in getting to that 4%. There's definitely something here too, just with relation to that severance energy coming through of being at war with yourself in some ways, perhaps. Let's get some information though. I'm going to pull from these tea leaves. And I love this Oracle deck so much. It's the one that I use for every single personal reading that I do. It just gives so much information that I love it. Oh, okay. We'll take those. So we'll start with these and grab some tarot, but okay. So we got clouds, temporary problems, bear, danger, especially in money matters. And then you have someone behaving stupidly with turkey, weeping willow, family sorrow, as well as apple, temptation will tempt you, yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. But then you also have harp, great happiness, recognition, reward for merit with basket, and door, opportunities are waiting for you. Okay. Yeah, so whatever you're struggling with right now, you're being reminded here that it is temporary. The clouds are sure to clear. You're being reminded that right now you are on the path to abundance. You are on the path to more happiness, more blissful opportunities. And I think while you're in this like 90%, 96% energy, waiting on that last 4% for it to fully download into your reality, I think you're really being asked to look at what you have control over right now. You know, with the bear card here, relation to money matters. This is like, I'm getting the example of like maybe you're manifesting a huge amount of money, shifts in your finances. And I think right now, before that comes in, even though, yes, it's important to embody that energy, it's like looking at your current situation. What lessons are you learning around money right now so that you can hold and maintain the amount of money that you're calling in? This could be in relation to other things as well, such as, you know, relationships. While you're single, what are you learning? What are you, elevating to be able to embody the energy of like a life partnership or whatever it is that you're really trying to call in right now? And I just feel like there are going to be temptations on your path. There are going to be things that try to convince you to stray further away from the path, to lean further into maybe old behaviors, old cycles that you have tried to close out, with again, I'm just feeling this feeling of like frustration, feeling like everything's feeling very constricting in your current situation and you're trying to look for release. But I do feel like there is something here about like ancestral and generational trauma that you've inherited that you're having to kind of be responsible to work through. And maybe even looking at that, like looking at, again, with the money example that's coming through, it's like, how did your parents or the people who raised you, what was their relationship with money? What have you inherited from them when it comes to money? And how can you reprogram and rewire those beliefs, those behaviors that maybe aren't assisting you on your path to abundance? Okay, let's grab some tarot. But there's definitely, something new here. I'm also seeing in this basket card, it looks like there's little dandelions here. So it does feel like a manifestation, a wish coming true. Yeah. I think you've been, again, that energy of like being at battle with yourself, being at war with yourself, imposter syndrome being something that maybe you need to overcome. It's like a battle between your higher self and your past self in some sense. And I do believe like the higher self is something that we all have access to. It's really just the part of ourselves that can look outside of our current reality, our current situation, look past our fears, past our worries, past our ego to really identify like what is being brought into our current reality, what is being, presented to us to action upon. And it's like this kind of tug of war that you're experiencing maybe between like the old you that would always want to remain stuck, that wants to keep you safe, life that is scared of change, and the version of you that is trying to pull you towards these new beginnings and kind of tell you like, hey, in order to get here, these are the things that we need to do. But there is that kind of like mental battle that you're experiencing where it feels maybe scary. And again, if you're breaking cycles that have literally been inherited over the course of not only your life, but past generations, this is not an easy task. So I really want to empathize with your journey here. But again, it's like you're at 96%. You're so close to the finish line. You're so close to this fully coming into your reality. And now is not the time to allow your old selves, the versions of you that you have tried to close out, the versions of you that you have tried to elevate from and evolve from, it is not time for those voices to now come in, because you're about to enter a whole new reality. You're about to reach that 100%. And so whatever you can do to embody that version that has overcome these temporary problems, these things that are not going to be here forever. Okay, it's really hard when we're in the present moment. It feels like this is all that there is. It's never going to get better. It's never going to cease. All of this pressure and stress, it's going to be my forever. Like, it's really easy to think that way. But again, I feel like that is an old version of you that is trying to keep you safe and keep you stuck. And you have evolved so much already. Again, 96% of that journey has completed. And in this last 4% getting to your full manifestation, it's really important for you to not go backwards. And while there may be things that come up on your path that make you feel like you're going backwards, it's typically a test. It's a temptation that's being presented to you to say, hey, look at this thing, look at this wound, look at this pain that you've experienced before. How are you going to react to it? How are you going to respond? And I think it's up to you to choose the path of least resistance, to choose that higher self, that higher perception that you've been gaining through this experience. But you are starting a new journey here. There's a passionate new beginning that I feel like you are stepping towards. Again, this door that is going to be presented to you with new opportunities. Close to the finish line, But yeah, right now it's time for you to not allow the past to keep repeating itself, not allow the past to carry over its energy, this mucky, sticky, heartbroken, hurt energy from your past. You need to close that chapter fully and not let it carry over into this new era of your life that's beginning. With the Queen of Wands, you're extremely magnetic, you're extremely powerful, you're extremely protected. These blessings are yours. This new life is yours. And I think you're just needing to tap into that, maybe just need the reminder that it's okay that it has been feeling like very slow and steady. I get it. Like when I was trying to upload something, it kept getting stuck at 96% and it wasn't moving. Like, it's frustrating. You're like, come on, like, you're right there. It's right there. Like, let's just get this over with, right? But there is beauty in the journey. There is beauty in the journey. And so I think you're just needing to remember that there is something to be gained here. You are becoming the version of yourself that is going to initiate and bring in that 100% fully realized manifestation, major success, public recognition, coming home from victory from the battle after you've put up your boundaries against these temptations, against these energies that have tried to continue to pull you backwards. You're being faced with this opportunity to, again, push forward or fall back. It's like that energy of like, you're at 96%, and I'm sorry if this sounds repetitive, but you're at 96%. Rather than like going through these last challenges, rather than putting your stakes in the ground and saying like, no, I'm going to get to that 100%. I know I'm right there. I'm about to go. It's like choosing to give up at 96%, choosing to be like, you know what, this is too hard. I'm out of the race. Take me out. And then you go all the way back to 0%. Like, no, you're right there. You're right there. And so I think you just need that extra push. Let's see what else wants to come out. We got 1 minute. One last card. Yeah. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. This is what you've been mastering. You've been mastering through this difficult process, through these challenges that have come up on your path. All of it is going to be worth it because this is what's waiting for you at that 100%. Hope this resonated. Sending you love.